Hello, everybody. It's Kirri from kirriwhitecoaching.com. Hey, we've got Rachel MacDonald from In Spaces Between. Hi,
Hi,
Rachel.
hi guys.
And yeah, today's chat is really just about self-care and entrepreneurship. That we have the final round of the 30-day self-care blueprint coming up, and that kicks off May the 1st. And one of the things that came up last year was Deb and we noticed a few gaps in some of the information and some of the learning that we were providing. So we wanted to kind of extend our focus a little bit this year. And one of the things that came up last year was we had some women who were looking at starting their own business, or they were in the process of starting their business, and they were struggling with just basic self-care, how to keep the stress levels down, how to find space to actually do the things that they loved. And so, yeah, that's why I've kind of like grabbed Rachel today. And actually, while we're on it, one of the things that really that kind of piqued my interest was actually your blog name, In Spaces Between. And like, to me, that conjures up little images of making little pockets of time for self-care and for things that you love and white space, whatever it is. Does that actually have any meaning for you, or am I just making this up?
No, actually, you've pretty much nailed it. So I came up with the name In Spaces Between because I was working full-time when I started my blog. I was working full-time up until December last year. And really my blog was what I did in the spaces between work. Mm-hmm. So it was about carving out some creative time and really having that heart connection, I guess, in the spaces between, you know, going to work and all the other obligations that I had in my life. And that's how it all came about.
Oh,
so
well,
very spot on there.
Cool. Well, what does self-care look like to you, and how has that kind of changed since you've merged, gone from being employed to being self-employed?
Yeah. So big thing for me is my morning routine. I'm an early riser, so I'm up every day at 5 a.m, even on the weekends. So my body clock won't allow me to sleep in anymore. So, but I mean, it's a good thing. I live by the beach and I absolutely love getting out early. So I'm up at 5, and the first thing that I do, and I do this every single day, is set the tone for my day by visualizing a word. And really it's just a one-word intention. So if I've got a busy day coming up, it might just be something like energy or productivity or flow, something like that. If I'm taking it easy, it might be something like peace. So it literally takes me a minute to do that, and I'll just think of that word and sort of bring that in. And then I'm out the door straight away to exercise, and that's a huge thing for me and very, very essential for the energy I'm able to bring to my work. So I'll head outside, and that might be for a run. I might go to yoga or Pilates or do some group training. And generally I'll do that for about an hour, first thing. And then it's, coming home and doing my meditation. So,
Really similar
morning
routine. I'm very much the same. And I'm an early bird too. I think I sometimes push on with people. I'm like, come on, like, don't just jump out of bed and get into that robot mode of doing. Like, even if it's 10 minutes, like, actually set some intention for your day and decide how you want the day to look and how you want to feel in that day. I think that's really important.
And who do you need to be to do what you're doing that day? You know, what kind of person do you need to be? Do you need to feel powerful? Do you need to be confident? You know, really thinking about who you need to be to approach your day. Definitely. The morning thing, I mean, I haven't always been a super early riser. Probably, I mean, maybe the last 8 or so years I have been, but prior to that, I slept in, and I would always promise myself that I'd go and do my exercise at night, and it just would never happen. So I just switched to the morning routine because it was just starting the day out right, and I have so much more energy because of it.
Yeah, totally hear you on that one. Awesome. What kind of advice would you give to someone who that just wasn't their thing?
I think you have to really flow with your own rhythms. I've got quite a few friends who are night owls, and they don't get out of bed until 9 in the morning, and they really don't get started on their day until 10 or 11 a.m. But they work into the night, and that feels completely natural to them. So I think if you are, don't try and fight that. If you're quite happy to be on the computer at midnight and that's when your best work happens, then I think you just really have to go with that. I think you can add in the small pockets, like you said before, the naming spaces between those small pockets of self-care throughout the day. So a 2 or 5 minute meditation, going outside, breathing in some fresh air, taking a few deep breaths. It's sort of about spreading it out, and it really is a practice. It's not doing it all at once and then that's it.
Because we can actually make a huge difference to our lives just from those 5 or 10 minutes, like if we're doing that consistently. And actually, one of my friends, she is not a morning person at all, but I love, like, her little morning ritual is she actually stays in bed and, she wakes up, say, 6:30 or something, and she'll stay in bed for 30 minutes and read a book.
I love that.
And I just thought, that really works for her. And then she'll, if she's lucky, her hubby will bring her a coffee, and then she's having coffee in bed, reading a book. And I thought that was a really beautiful way to start the day as well.
And that's a form of meditation as well, you know, reading or going for a run, whatever it is, whatever that practice is that works for you, then it's not really about following what everyone else is doing. It's really about finding something that really resonates with you and going with it.
Great.